Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Shredding Skeptic. Today we're going to be taking a quick look back at Subnautica after we've just had a nice big update come out, so we're going to see what's different. First up, as you can see, the Cyclops has had a visual update, and you're now able to select from the entire RGB spectrum for both the main color and two accent colors. We also have this interesting field of what could be best described as koosh balls. I think that's also how they're described in the inventory as well. I haven't quite figured out what their purpose for harvesting them is yet, but they certainly look quite interesting. We also have a bone shark down here with us, and he mostly stayed out of my way, and each one of these animals tend to have their own behavioral patterns, but these guys, if you keep your distance, they seem to leave you alone. These are just a couple of the wonders that you're likely to find in your explorations under the sea in Subnautica. Other upgrades that came with this particular patch include a workbench, which I wasn't able to find the blueprint for, as well as a propulsion cannon, which we're going to look at in just a moment. This weapon seems to be a good supplement for the stasis rifle, as you're not only going to be able to hold things in place with this, but you're also going to be able to launch them away at your leisure. I did manage to weld all the holes inside the Aurora, or at least the 10 that were in that main chamber, and it gave me some message about coming back in, I think, 3 days and 10 hours after some sanitation process or something had been complete, so we're going to see what happens with that in a later episode. Functional doors inside the Cyclops are also a nice touch, and I'm hoping to see more of these aesthetic considerations in future upgrades. Although this game is early access, there are some little glitches that I wouldn't mind seeing fixed before this thing goes even beta, including the draw distance, which I found a little bit too jarring when trees and scenery and such would just literally pop into your vision at about 20 meters, and I think that they could probably take a little bit more advantage of the available video RAM and maybe push that back a little bit, as well as a glitch that would cause me to teleport several miles away after basically leaving the console of the Cyclops. So watch out for that one. It is an interesting way of discovering things farther away, but if you find yourself without a lot of equipment, it could spell doom. There is a secondary entrance into the Aurora if you don't want to go through the front. It turns out there is a hole along the bottom side of the hull that you can ingress through if you are looking for a bit of a different way in or out. And finally we come to the beautiful island that's right behind the Aurora. This thing I actually kind of found by accident during one of those aforementioned teleportation glitches. And this gives you a really interesting idea of what could be another side of Subnautica, which would be the above ground stuff. Because remember, this is an alien planet, and keeping things strictly underwater may limit what the developers can show us in terms of artistic creativity. The island also appears to be floating on, what could be best described as, pink gelatinous orbs, and it is quite a sight to see if you guys have a chance to get underneath. On the bottom screen, you can see how the draw distance can become a little bit of a problem, as the left side of the island looks completely barren, and as we get a little bit closer, you can start to see things just popping into existence. But on the middle screen there, you can see that there's just foliage everywhere as far as the eye can see on this island. So I would like to see the developers fix that draw distance a little bit and really show us what this game can do. So if you guys haven't had a chance to pick up Subnautica on Steam, I would definitely recommend you grab this game on early access and watch how this thing develops. I think you're going to be in for a great experience, and I'd love to see you on there once they introduce multiplayer. So once again, thank you for checking out this small update of Subnautica, and I hope to see you on future episodes of The Shredding Skeptic.